Hello everyone, it's Miss Steele here doing my day one values homework. So this homework had me thinking because of the fact that it's extremely important to value the power of words for me, good or bad on people. But for the word values, people don't always live up to that. So having studied ancient cultures since I was 11 years old, I think values and virtues kind of got confused along the way to modern day. So to me, values are only aspirational. Let me explain. So I notice that when people speak values, they're not really talking about something that is actually true about themselves or about the group. And I don't mean this as an insult at all when I list these examples, but religious values, family values, Canadian values, American values, not all the people that are in these groups live up to those virtues. So in fact, it wasn't until the late 19th century that the word value got mixed up with the word virtue. And it used to just mean how much you pay for something or what something costs. We value honesty, for example, but not all of us, and actually most of us, don't really live up to that honesty. We do little white lies. And if that were the case, people would not be insulted by my autistic honesty. So sayings like equal rights for all, or all people should be treated with respect and dignity, these are all society values, but we don't all live up to them. And they also change over time in different eras. To me, values influence attitudes and behavior, but honestly, none of this matters unless we truly put these ideals into practice, and then they become a virtue if we're going to choose to use the word value. So virtues are behaviors showing your high moral standards that you have to live up to. For example, in ancient tribes, we've grown up with the virtues that tribe holds dear, and they're instilled in you since birth. So we demonstrate these virtues in practice daily to show our integrity to the tribe, for example. So again, values to me are more of an aspirational theory and what we strive to be, while virtues are the reality. So anyways, to end my long-winded speech and get to my day one homework, I'm listing 5 virtues I wish to see on my team or in clients, and 5 virtues to avoid. So my virtues would be empathy. I think that's so important, especially when you're working with wounded people and trying to make mental wellness. I find that people have gone through abuse or trauma, they are definitely empathetic. Not all, but most. I'd also like to see trustworthiness. You have to be able to trust the person. You have to be able to create a safe space for that person, for everyone, even on your team. Patience. You have to be able to understand that the person coming to you cannot change their mindset overnight. It takes time and support, and without rushing them to a said goal, which I find in more mainstream clinical approaches over peer support, which is what coaching is really. Active listening is very important to me because the name of my business clearly is Listen Mission. So it's all about listening. So all of my coaches will have to learn active listening as my client is learning active listening as we go. It's beyond just waiting for your turn. It's huge. It's being present and only focusing on the other person. And the fifth thing that I would wish to see is curiosity. Instead of thinking about yourself, when you're listening to another person, you don't think about what you're going to say next. You don't want to fix the person. You just want to sit in their muck, really, and just be there. And this is done with listening. You want to be curious. You want to ask them more questions. You want to ask how they felt, or you want to see if what you are feeling is what they were feeling. Curiosity. And virtues to avoid, I think, would be a judgmental attitude, criticizing others, instead of listening and understanding their perspective, because they didn't live the same life as you. So they have different life experiences, and that includes just ignoring what they have to say, or even belittling their ideas. That's not good. And another thing is inconsistency. So I love making us accountable, right? So if you're unreliable and you don't show up on time when you say you're going to be there, or you're unpredictable, you never know what I'm going to say, that's not good, because you need reliable teammates, and you need your client to be consistent so that you know that they really want to heal. Because there's a lot of people that say they want to heal, but they really don't. So another virtue that I would avoid is self-centeredness. So now this is for my team. If you're only focusing on yourself, and you're putting yourself over the group or the client's needs, that's not good. And even the client actually needs to learn how to serve others and get out of their head. That's part of the mindset change. Another virtue to avoid would be dismissiveness, just ignoring others. You have to be inclusive. Everybody's different. So I love hearing new ideas that everyone's doing. I love listening to all of your posts, for example, because somebody's going to be interested in you or myself just from our energies and how we present ourselves. And that's who our clients are going to love. And somebody else might be doing the exact same thing. Who cares? Because somebody's going to relate to you or me. So we shouldn't be dismissive of other people's feelings, their voice, or belittling their ideas. And I guess the last one would be negativity. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. But if I'm being totally honest, I, as a person that came from bullying and trauma, sometimes fall back into negativity. So I also, saying that, think that other groups that we're in also have to be open to letting someone be negative and get their feelings out. And so I think we should be given a chance again for this mistake and reset, right? Because we all need to reset. So for this negativity one of the 5 virtues to avoid, I mean someone who is constantly negative, because being negative will bring your group down and won't be good for anyone. So that's my homework for day 1.